You know, I recently read an article online about R&B singer Brandy Norwood being bullied when growing up. Brandy became a teen icon since the mid 90s. She had hit records, the albums, her own television show, Moesha, movies like Cinderella, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Brandy gained millions of fans around the world. Despite overcoming her issues with self esteem, she continues to remember the hurt she felt when someone told her she was not drop dead gorgeous. Brandy had little friends due to a combination of jealousy and cruelness most kids deal with from their peers. Brandy was always a timid child, but she developed severe self-esteem issues. When she looked at celebrities on television and in magazines, she felt like no one looked like her. She was extremely self-critical of her looks. She believed her eyes were too far apart and her hair was not straight enough, which fueled an obsession with her trying to look perfect. It was getting worse for Brandy in school. Due to her talent, her peers felt that she was too forward and cocky. Her cousin Portia recalled in Brandy's VH1 special, Driven, saying that Brandy did not have friends. In an interview with NBC News, Brandy spoke about how she used her dreams of being a singer to get her through tough times. Brandy said, "I was bullied as a kid and I didn't really have the look going for me. Singing was all I had, and singing was the one thing I believed I could do." The one person who told Brandy that she was not drop dead gorgeous was a guidance counselor. As a freshman at Hollywood High, Brandy was curious about the counselor not sending her out on auditions for gigs. She asked the counselor, and the counselor said to her, "Because you're not drop dead gorgeous." Brandy's heart just dropped. Guidance counselor, Miss Carolyn Demirjian, I don't know how to pronounce this woman's last name, whatever. She told Brandy that her looks were not up to par for certain roles. She said that Brandy's cute, but she is not Vanessa Williams. Brandy's mom was not pleased with the counselor's handling of her daughter and removed her from the school. Her mom also tried to reinforce to Brandy that there was something unique about her. First off, Brandy's guidance counselor can suck it. So because Brandy does not have the looks of Vanessa Williams, she would not be up to par for certain roles. The joke is on her because Brandy is doing just fine. She is still making music to this day. She had her own television show, like I said, Moesha. She was listed as one of People magazine's 50 most beautiful people in 1996. Mattel even created several Barbie dolls after Brandy. Anybody recall the Brandy Barbie doll commercials in the 90s?
Brandy's so cool. Now Brandy's a doll. Sparkle pants. Styling skirt. Cool braids.
Brandy doll comes with 2 outfits, stand, and pretend microphone. You can make her dance.
She was also in CoverGirl commercials for crying out loud.
Hey, can your lip color outlast this?
CoverGirl Brandy for Outlast Lip Color.
Outlast lip color, got the power, condense romance and last 8 hours. CoverGirl's new Outlast all-day lip color can outlast almost anything and still look beautiful. You just apply, then glossify, and you're set 8 hours. That's what I like. Can your lip color outlast that? New Outlast 8-hour lip color. Beautiful CoverGirl.
I'm throwing my mascara out of the door. I ain't gonna smudge no more.
This time it's gonna be different, honest. CoverGirl took its best mascaras and made them smudge-proof. With clean look, amazing new technology so it stays in place, not on your face. Smear-proof, rub-proof, and smudges, poof.
No more smudges. What a beautiful world. So weird.
Brandy owned her guidance counselor because some find her drop dead gorgeous. I feel bad for Brandy that she had to go through that experience. Some people actually think she is unattractive, especially about her eyes being far apart.
Brandy got her boldness and her outspokenness from her mother.
I'm guessing this woman in Brandy's VH1 special was one of her friends, as she and Brandy were both bullied.
Hi, my name is Brandy Norwood, and I do want to go to
She
toilet.
ran her mouth a lot. She was always picked on. She was always talked about.
Me and her, we both had a bully. It was a bunch of girls. They would basically try to, boss you around.
I remember one particular situation where there was one person who terrorized her to no end. And I know what that feels like because I was bullied in school too.
So Brandy's mother was also bullied, like mother, like daughter, sadly.
Brandy was born in Macomb, Mississippi on February the 11th, 1979, approximately 7:51 a.m.
See how happy her mother is? I love their mother and daughter relationship.
Her birth was very special because I had lost a baby. I just felt like Brandy was sort of, okay, you didn't have your first one, so with this one I'm going to give you double.
Her friends didn't want to play with her, and she would be really upset about that.
She was misunderstood a lot, and I think that's how your self-esteem as a child started to decline.
She would ask me if I felt she was beautiful or was she pretty enough, and I just couldn't understand it.
One time she goes, "Do I look like E.T.?"
Brandy never thought she was beautiful in the classical sense, with the long, pretty, flowing hair and the straight teeth. And my being her dad, I said, you have something that's unique.
See, she thought Brandy was beautiful, but she just didn't understand why Brandy couldn't see it. That's a real friend right there. See, people have said that Brandy looks like an alien. I told you guys. And Brandy actually asked her cousin if she looked like E.T.
Hollywood High is a performing arts magnet school, and we provide an enriched program in theater, dance, voice.
Yeah, so this is the guidance counselor that was talking about Brandy wasn't drop dead gorgeous. She got the nerve to get on Brandy's looks. Woman, have you looked yourself in the mirror? You are the one to talk. You made me sick.
She wanted to go to a performing arts school someplace to help her enhance her skills that she had.
Brandy was very, very ambitious student.
She always gave off the image of being so sure of herself.
She knew what she wanted to do, and she had a plan.
She had a sassiness to her. Like when you met her, she would say, "You don't know who I am? My name is Brandy."
Very forward.
And people couldn't stand you for that.
Brandy didn't have any friends at Hollywood.
Girls just didn't like her.
Kids calling her names.
They would call her Pippi because her mom used to braid her hair and put barrettes on the end.
It wasn't easy for her at all.
They'd tease her about a lot of stuff, about her clothes and her hair and her eyes, being like really like big and wide and distinctive.
Here we go, talking about how big and wide her eyes are.
To be misunderstood by your peers, I think it takes a blow out of anyone.
She started getting girls wanting to fight her, and it was getting kind of out of control.
She would come home and say, "Oh my God, these girls are after me."
Brandy and I had the same guidance counselor at Hollywood High, Mrs. D.
She used to pop in all the time.
She would go to Miss D and ask for different parts for plays and auditions.
We get called all the time from casting agents, from agents who are looking for people to represent, because they know that we have a talent pool. This one call happened to be for a drop-dead gorgeous black girl a la Vanessa Williams. And I said, well, I've got maybe two. And Brandy came into my office and she said, Ms. D, she says, how come you didn't send me out on that interview? And I said, well, Brandy, because you're not drop-dead gorgeous. She said, what do you mean? I said, you're cute. I said, but you're not Vanessa Williams drop-dead gorgeous.
Ladies would never send her out like she did the other girls because they said she wasn't pretty enough, and that hurt her.
I can only tell it like I see it.
This woman says, only tell it like you see it. Cry me a effing river. I'm not buying that crap.
When Brandy came home and told me that her counselor told her that she wasn't drop-dead gorgeous, I wish I could say what I wanted to do on camera.
Get her, Brandy's mom. You tell her.
Isn't that terrible? you're not pretty enough.
If you're living in a glass house, don't throw no stones.
Who are you to say what's beauty, you know?
This is my niece we're talking about.
Trust me, I've seen questions on Yahoo Answers, and there are some people who are just mean and cruel saying things about Brandy. Check out some of these questions from Yahoo Answers. First one, do you think Brandy, the singer, is ugly? This was back on April 13th, 2007. Here are the replies. She looks like a damn alien. Yeah, she's ugly, but I do like the drink Brandy. So you think the singer is ugly, but you like the drink Brandy? What an ass. I think she's pretty in a goofy kind of way. Wait. You say she's pretty, but in a goofy kind of way? Why couldn't you just say she's pretty? Why you had to throw in a goofy kind of way? Whatever. Let's see. Very ugly. Her face and eyebrows are too far apart. See, here we go. Talking about her eyes being far apart. She looked like she's always surprised. I think she is effing ugly. The ugliest celebrity there is. Makeup saves her ugly F-U-C-K. But I admit she has a very great voice. What? Wait, so you're saying that you think she's one of the most ugliest celebrities ever, but you'll admit that she still has a great voice? Unbelievable. Let's see. Next question. Why is Brandy Norwood's face unattractive, but her body is gorgeous? This was October 12, 2010. Then we have another question. Why is this person put is twice in the question? Is singer Brandy's eyes ugly? This was back on October 17th, 2018. And 5 people disagree. And then the person that asked the question said something about, is the shape of them ugly? Someone by the name of S1487 Jolie. This person says, I always thought something about her looked weird. Maybe that is it. Okay. The next reply says, no, they're not. They look better than you, I'm sure. You must want to be black. The next question, is Brandy Norwood regarded as unattractive? This question was asked December 23rd, 2010. Let's see the replies. She is so ugly. Gosh, she is ugly. The eyes are too far apart, but she's got a beautiful voice, so to me it doesn't matter if she's not very pretty. Okay, whatever. It's like when they first see her eyes, they always have to point out how far apart they are. You act as if Brandy doesn't realize that. Then people probably be like, oh my God, your eyes are so far apart. Her eyes are scary. She's scary looking. Oh my God, grow up a pair. My goodness. The next reply, when she was younger, I thought she was quite homely and geeky looking. There's nothing special about her looks. Man, screw you. My brother said she would look better if her eyes weren't so far apart and beady. Yeah, of course he does. See what I mean? These people are so mean and so cruel, just bashing Brandy badly. My God. Do they realize that Brandy has feelings? I mean, the woman had no friends and had low self-esteem when being concerned about her looks. Besides her eyes being far apart and her looks, I'm thinking, do they also think that Brandy is unattractive because, she's dark-skinned? I hope that's not the case, because it seems like society tends to think that dark-skinned black people are ugly, especially black women. I think black women go through it the hardest. I would not want someone to judge me based on my dark-skinnedness. I have Brandy's back since we dark-skinned people have to stick together. This is ugly. This is ugly. This is ugly. Brandy is not ugly. She is cute, especially Brandy being known for her iconic braids. Hell, you know what? I'll even say she's sexy with that lovely chocolate dark skin complexion she has. You guys love chocolate, right? You guys love Hershey's bars and Milky Way, Snickers and Kit Kats, don't you? Okay, so what the heck? Why can't you just like Brandy and her dark skinness? She was sexy in her music video for her song Almost Doesn't Count.
What did you think of yourself? You'd look in the mirror and think what? We see this glamorous, gorgeous, braided, made up, fabulous girl, and you would see and feel what?
I would feel bad. I would feel like I didn't deserve any of it, and I would feel trapped. And I never really believed that I was beautiful. I never felt beautiful. I just always thought that beauty was something else, being thin, having long, beautiful hair, being light-skinned, you know. And I didn't see that when I
you had that light skin thing going too.
The light skin thing. The light skin thing really had my mind going, but
really?
Yeah.
And where did that come from, do you think?
Just in school, growing up with people and boys not really responding to you in school because they like the lighter girl or the girl with the longer hair. The girl that had straight teeth because I didn't have straight teeth when I was a child. And it was really difficult.
She has a lovely smile. I love her laugh. I like her voice when she sings and when she speaks. Her laugh is even cute. This is ugly. This is really ugly. Was Brandy an ugly child growing up? No, she was not. Now, when it comes to like, if they compare Aaliyah with Brandy or Monica and Brandy, I think the majority of people who are jerks, they'll probably say that Aaliyah was and is more attractive than Brandy. Same with Monica. You know, they'll say that Monica is more attractive than Brandy. You know what I'm saying? Look, Aaliyah, Brandy, and Monica were and are very beautiful women, okay? So what the heck? Brandy also did some dieting where she saw food as the enemy, and she ended up getting skinnier. Brandy was always skinny, but she was getting too skinny, and you can see the evidence in her music video for her song You Don't Know Me and the remix. You see how skinny she is compared to her other music videos for Almost Doesn't Count and Sitting on Top of the World?
How much or how little were you eating in a given day?
Ooh, I wasn't eating at all, actually. I didn't want to eat. Food was like the enemy.
Did you even get on a scale? Do you know how thin you got?
Now, you know I got on the scale. I stayed on the scale because
you were living on the scale.
My lowest weight probably was about 105. And I'm supposed to be 125.
And what was it doing to you physically?
It was destroying me, but I looked great. And that's what mattered, you know? And that was crazy.
Brandy, Brandy, Brandy. You're too beautiful and pretty to starve yourself. You know you need to eat. Brandy was also exhausted, just constantly working when it comes to her music, Moesha, etc. She couldn't even feel like a teenager. She wanted to go to the movies. Matter of fact, I do remember when she was dehydrated when she was on Moesha. I do remember that. And also, Brandy came out with her seventh album, B7, was released back in July 31st. You got one of the singles, Borderline, where it's about severe depression. So, hey, Brandy's still around. She's still doing her thing. And plus, they got that Brandy versus Monica versus. Yeah. So that's the crap that Brandy went through. And I feel bad for her. But I'm proud that she's still doing her thing. She's still doing music. I heard there's supposed to be a possible Moesha reboot. Because the series finale, a lot of people weren't cool with the series finale. Because they were actually supposed to come back for a 7th season of Moesha. But that didn't happen. I don't know what UPN was thinking of not bringing back Moesha for a 7th season. Because their 7th season was supposed to be the final season. But they ended after 6 seasons. Yeah, but apparently a lot of people weren't feeling the series finale. I mean, the ending was where Ray J, his character Dorian, was telling Moesha that Miles has been kidnapped. And then all of a sudden, Moesha is shocked, and then she just ended up passing out. And then Hakeem, you know, he quickly catches her before she falls on the floor. So, yeah, so I guess they're supposed to do a reboot where it'll probably leave off to where Miles was kidnapped. I guess it's going to be on Netflix, if that was the case, because UPN don't even exist anymore. Although I heard somebody said that they're supposed to be rebooting UPN. If they're going to bring back UPN, you better bring back the WB too. But I don't know if the reboot would be the same without Hakeem and Endale, because Lamont Bentley, who was Hakeem on Moesha, you know, he passed away back on January 19th of 2005, involved in a road accident, and that was pretty sad what happened to him. And then the woman who was Endale on Moesha and the spinoff The Parkers, Yvette Wilson, she passed away too, June 14, 2012. So I don't know if this reboot will be the same without Yvette Wilson and Lamont Bentley. I'm not sure, but they said it's supposed to be a possible reboot, so we'll just have to see. Brandy may not have the sex appeal of Aaliyah or Monica or whatever, or any other woman, but she's not ugly, okay? I had to do this video because this was like bothering me. This was ridiculous. I'm like, what the heck? Why does people keep getting on Brandy about her looks? Brandy, I'm proud of you. Keep doing your thing. You're not ugly. You need to know that. You're a very beautiful, cute, lovely, gorgeous, sexy, dark-skinned woman. And continue embracing your dark-skinnedness and embracing your iconic braids. So that's it. Tell me your thoughts on people bashing Brandy, especially talking about her eyes being far apart and people saying she looks like an alien. And what do you think about that counselor who says she's not drop dead gorgeous and she doesn't have the looks of a Vanessa Williams? And what do you think about Brandy? Do you think Brandy is gorgeous? Do you think she's not ugly at all? Tell me your thoughts. All right, see ya.